Some people say video games are a total waste of time, and they actually teach violence. But others are using those games for creative expression.
You're watching a brand new art form. It's called Machinima, films made from video games. This group of programmers and artists call themselves the Ill Clan. They've come to the Florida Film Festival to show off their low-budget Machinima films. Paul Marino is the technical director, and he explains how they turn video games into films.
The games that are on current shelves, the games that are the newer games, let's just say, now include tools that allow the end user to expand upon the original game. This is what's known as an SDK, and that's short for Software Development Kit. And basically it allows the game to have a longer lifespan for the end user. With the tools, we can create new characters, we can create new environments, we can create new effects, we can create titles, of course different camera types with modifications to the camera tools, and we've actually done that.
Transforming a video game into film takes about 3 months of solid work. In the end, their creations are a far cry from the original game.
What's interesting about the Machinima work that we're doing is we're taking a game, which is normally a first-person shooter and has some violent spin to it, and we're making something creative out of it. We're creating a cartoon environment and building in all these cartoony characters and using the same engine that has somebody running around shooting aliens.
The Ill Clan is about to take the process one step further. They're now ready to produce a Machinima film in front of a live audience.
We have a local area network, which is effectively a bunch of computers that are connected to one another. We have 3 computers set up that are the characters for the film, and each one of those characters is controlled by each person sitting at one of those computers, and they're effectively puppeteering an animation, so to speak.
Well, the character I play is called Lenny Lumberjack, and he's sort of a dumb, big kind of a guy who he kind of gets into trouble all the time, but he means well and he doesn't mean to screw things up, but he does anyway.
The 4th computer is probably the most powerful of the computers on the network, and that's actually the camera. That's the one that's recording each one of the whole scene and each of the characters as they're in those scenes.
The cameraman is Frank Delario. Instead of having 3 to 5 cameras at his disposal, the video game engine allows for up to 9. And because Frank also acts as a character within the game, he can simply turn his gravity off and roam freely throughout the virtual environment.
I can go up and down because I have what's called no clip in the area of the game. I can actually go through walls. Here, I can change the speed. I can move really fast. I mean, I can kind of move anywhere, and I have the freedom to do that because I'm the cameraman.
Their programmer and sound engineer, Patrick O'Shaughnessy, explains that it took about 5 days of fine-tuning the code to prepare for the live performance. This allowed for the different camera moves and made the characters more realistic.
In this case, for this show, we ended up having a total of 96 different expressions for the characters, and that includes like looking right, looking left, smiling, happy, angry. And in fact, as long as the puppeteers are in sync with the speaking and the puppeteering, it actually looks quite realistic.
As with any improvised performance, group chemistry is a must. After 10 years working together, this group of puppeteers are always on, even when they're goofing around.
Food, I feel like I got something bad inside. Bah, bah, bah. I drink a beer with the fish inside. Bah, bah, bah. It's a Mexican tradition, but I'm Italian, so I cry. Bah.
While it's a wonder they get anything done, Paul is quick to crack the whip. Tomorrow will come sooner than they think. The big day has arrived. As people file into the Enzian Theatre and pick out a seat, the Ill Clan is busy ironing out the technical bugs, until Paul makes the final call.
Showtime.
To spice up the show, the Ill Clan needs one more important ingredient.
What I'll need from you is a suggestion of a special occasion in somebody's life, such as a wedding or a bar mitzvah or a birthday. So if someone could shout something out for us to use in this improv.
A film festival.
Press. Okay, we're gonna go with film festival. Okay, so and now we bring you Common Sense Cooking with Carl the Cook. Enjoy.
As the lights fade and the theme music begins, there is no turning back.
Ciao, benvenuto and welcome to Common Sense Cooking with Cook Carl, the show where you can learn to cook just like Cook Carl. And today we're going to talk about one of my favorite pastimes, going into a film festival.
Hey everybody, I was thinking maybe to make this into Lenny Lumberjack's cooking show. What do you think?
I don't think it's a good idea at all.
Yeah, they like the idea.
Oh, Carl, it'll be fine. You know, human interest. Let's go in the back.
Sorry, caller, you're out.
After 9 minutes of performing, all the hard work has paid off.
We're sitting at breakfast kind of mentally preparing ourselves for utter failure, and that's sort of how we make sure we're ready for anything. And of course, it went very well.
It went above and beyond because
the whole thing.
The whole thing about improvisers is that they just work with everything that they're given, and when they're in the right space, they just took what they got from the crowd. So when Paul, which is the Cook Carl character, when he all of a sudden made a choice to ask the crowd something, because, you know, they were hearing the crowd laughing and all this response, he just took it to a whole nother place. And then the other guys made that right, took it, and it just became an amazing. I got goosebumps.
I thought it went great. I mean, nothing crashed. All the cameras worked. I was very happy with it.
Paul hopes this labour of love will someday become a respected art form, and maybe even a paying job.
We see a legitimate industry forming from this. That is our intention. That is exactly what we hope to succeed with this type of performance work.
In the meantime, they've already proved that with $50 and a computer, you can produce your own film from the technology in a video game.
God, thank God that's over. I'll be in my trailer if anyone needs me.